Hello everyone, we have another video today. Today I'm going to be looking at Liren versus Gukesh in the 2024 Tata Steel chess tournament, contending for the World Championship later this year. Actually, sorry, not later this year, in a few days. Like as of the recording of this video, many of you guys have probably already seen the World Championship and already know what's going on. So let's start off. Okay, so Gukesh opens the game with e4. Very logical. Ding responds with e5. There's so much theory in this line. Here Gukesh has multiple options. You could go for the Roy Lopez with something like bishop to b5. Go for the Italian bishop c4. He could even go for the Scotch game if he really wanted an imbalanced game. So okay, he chooses bishop to c4. Ding plays knight to f6, and here there's a very famous trap, actually, I should say, with the move knight to g5, called the fried liver. Of course, Gukesh is slightly better than this, and he plays d3. So, at the time of playing this game, Gukesh is not at his amazing high peak of like 2790. He's about to hit 2800, excuse me. So, this is this is old Gukesh. This is not prime Gukesh. But he is playing extremely well, and as you guys can see, they started with 100 minutes, or an hour 40, and they are both above that time because they're playing so fast. They get 30 seconds each move. Bonus time. Okay, so bishop c5, all very common. c3. So this is the start of the Italian, something that I like to play. Here, Gukesh has multiple plans. He can castle his king, if I can actually draw arrows. He can castle his king, like that, and also maybe go for a queenside expansion with the pawns. And of course, putting the bishop on g5, totally fine. Maybe knight to a3, knight c2, knight e3, or a different maneuver to get the knight there. So okay, Ding plays d6, a4, as I've said. So here, Ding plays, excuse me, go that position real quick. Here, Ding plays the move a5, spoiler alert. Here, Ding plays the move a5. Why Ding had to play the move a5 is because, let's say, for example, Ding castles the king. Here, as you guys can see, the evaluation bar is going up like crazy. b4 would be played, and when the bishop goes back, a5 would simply trap the bishop. And Gukesh would win it flawlessly. So that's why Ding plays a5, so now when b4 happens, you can just take. Bishop to g5 is played, now h6, and now bishop to h4. So here, Ding plays bishop to a7, which is slightly dubious according to the engine. Here, the engine gives g5 as minus 0.4, or 0.3 now. And why this move is so good is because after the bishop moves back, now you can play a move like queen e7 and have goals of castling long and simply storming these pawns down the board. So it would be a very tactical, imbalanced, and dynamic. And sorry, it would not have been as dynamic if this would have happened. But instead, Ding plays bishop to a7, gives up some advantage, and now White plays knight to a3. So now, why this move g5 is not so good anymore, because now simply after bishop to g3 and queen e7, it's the exact same thing, except now, let's say, for example, okay, let me just make some moves. Okay, that was a bad move. Now, sorry, excuse me. Now, White can put their own king here because there's also a knight here, and potentially attacking becomes relatively easier. That was a terrible mouse slip. I meant to play queen e2, but anyway, that's that. So sorry, yes, after knight to a3, the move queen to e7 is played, and now knight to b5, going after this dark square bishop. Gukesh is kind of like, you brought it out here, and now you put it on a7, and now I'm just going to target the bishop. And obviously, you don't want to give up your bishop for a knight without good reasoning, as this bishop is, okay, that's so much better, it has much better scope than the knight. So bishop to b6 is played. Now queen to b3. Queen to b3 has some nasty intentions in mind. So, let's say, for example, I don't know, what should I say? Okay, let's say black castles, right? Let's say white also castles. Okay, opposite side castle. Let's say black wants to maneuver the knight to like the g6 square, right? To put pressure on the bishop. Queen to e8 loses. Okay, first because of knight takes d6. After pawn takes d6, the queen can simply take the bishop. That is actually the main reason why this move, queen to b3, was actually played by Gukesh, which forces the queen to keep defending this ugly pawn. Okay, so instead, g5 is played. Ding realizes now is the time. He's going to get this win as he is the world champion. Yes, he is the world champion at the time of this game, and he feels that he should put pressure and put forth some dominance on this younger generation. I know it is kind of weird hearing younger generation from a kid. But yeah, now you guys have all experienced that. So bishop to g3 is played, castles, and queenside castle. So again, it is not very common to castle queenside in the Italian, but here it is actually not such a bad idea. Because why? Right? Ding has advanced these pawns. So now you have targets. It's called a hook in chess. This pawn right here, black would pay like $10 to have it back here. And like this. Probably more, because the stakes of this game are very high. Right? But now, instead, let's say bishop to d7. Now, white can actually play h4 and hit the pawn, forcing the pawn forward. And now after move like knight to d2, let's say if now black tries to attack, the move like, I don't know, rook ab8, I'm trying to go bishop to a7, or like knight a7. Now there's a very strong move h5. Again, you're using the g4 pawn to your advantage. So this is just a small example. I know h4 is not the best move. It is rook d2 e1. Okay, none of this happened. Okay, the move knight to h5 is played, and now d4. Gukesh strikes in the center and puts his best foot forward. He is like, you want to attack me on the king side, I will attack you in the center, and I will win this game. Because, you know, Gukesh knows. He knows he's going to face Ding. He knows. Also, if any of you guys wondering, my thoughts on the World Championship match, they will be coming out. I will be making a recap of, I think, almost every single World Championship game when it does come out. So, yeah, so do check in on those. So, okay, the pawn takes. Now, the b knight takes on d4, and after the move g4 is played, here, white does have a very small advantage, but Gukesh chooses knight to h4. So the best move in this position is actually knight takes c6, because after the move b takes c6, okay, you can't take the knight just yet, because then your queen's hanging. So instead, here, after the move b takes, now after the move knight to d4, white has a small advantage, as the c6 pawn is very weak. These pawns are doubled, and again, you have this g4 hook, h3 can just undermine it. So this is why knight takes c6 is slightly better. But Gukesh plays the second line of danger, knight to h4. This move is tremendously bad. Because this simply allows Ding to take. And when white takes back, here, this hangs a pawn. But after the queen takes, there's simply nothing to do. You have just lost a pawn. I think Gukesh probably thought in this position that he had some counterplay. Possibly with the move bishop to d3, but again, this really has no effect. The queen can just retreat to e8 or e7. And here after the move, like I don't know, rook h e1. Now bishop to e6 comes. Sorry, excuse me. Here queen to g5, and now bishop to e6. Again, no bishop to d6. Okay, the pawn's just hanging. Sorry. But bishop to e6. I thought that was the best move because it's a really cool line. And I thought, like, you know, get all the pieces towards the king. But no, okay. This is none of this happened. Oh yeah, this happened. And now rook h3 e1 is played, queen to h7, and now this move rook to d2. So one of the issues here, is Ding is up 17 minutes on the clock. Well, more like, yeah, a little bit more than that, yeah. So Ding is up 17 minutes. He's up 16 minutes and 30 seconds, around. He's up like 16 minutes, and here he's thinking, and he makes his move in a split second. He makes his move like less than 10 seconds, he plays. As you can see, he gains time, which is incredible. Here, he's up 16 minutes, Gukesh makes a tremendous mistake, which probably, I think, this mistake is the reason why Gukesh underperformed in this game. After the move rook to d2. Here, he took another 13-minute think, and it's just not enough at this high level, because bishop to d7 again played 2 minutes. Bishop to d3 is played. Queen to g7 again. Black moves are so easy. Like white is the one that has to attack because white is down a pawn, right? Okay, bishop to f5 is played. Bishop takes, knight takes, and here queen to g5. So this move, queen to g5, is probably the move that effectively finishes this game. Of course, after a sequence of moves, this move kind of seals the deal, gives Ding this nagging advantage, as now he is baiting Gukesh into taking this pawn, with basically the idea, yeah, I'll take your knight, you will take mine, and now here I can just continue attacking you. And again, like the queen is here, and white has no attack. Again, the knight can always hop in if necessary. I know the bishop on g3 there. Okay, but no. So Gukesh plays queen to b5. Again, knight to g7 basically seals the deal. It's a trade of pieces. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry, no, not be stupid. Just take, and after the trade, this is basically a winning pawn, winning endgame for black, because white is just down a pawn, and there's not a lot more to say about that. So instead, I mean, I'm not sure why knight to g7 was not played, but instead rook to e8 is played, rook to e3, knight to e7, knight to g7 now, and again you see this nagging issue of Gukesh is clock. He is down so much time here, like basically 45 minutes he's down, and after the trade and d5, this is just a losing endgame, as I've already stated. Rook takes e3, pawn takes e3, and after move knight to b4, like you could probably like play a few more moves here. Like okay, Gukesh tries, obviously, but it's just too much. The knight coming into a2, king moving, like queen to b1 is possible, which is kind of scary. Okay, that's played. Queen to g1. Okay, this pawn's gonna fall if you don't do something. King to d3 is played, and here Ding finds the winning blow with the move knight to b4 check. Ding could have very well gone queen to f1, and after move like king to d4, simply traded the queens, and been in a losing endgame. It's so easy at this level, and Gukesh would have gone on to probably win this game, but instead Ding finds, okay, why is this losing? I should explain that. It's because of the rook activity, of the bishop comes to life, you can push p, the king is so active, it's because of that. But instead here, the crushing blow with knight to b4 check, king to d4, and now, please pause the video, guys, and please do hit that subscribe button, like right now, just pause the video, hit the subscribe button, unpause, and do find the winning move here, and the winning move is the one, the only, queen to e1, and basically this rook has nowhere to go. Rook to d3 is played, simply sacking the exchange. Could have been fine, but Ding is a perfectionist. All chess players, perfection. He plays the move queen to b2. Mate on the evaluation bar. So, in this position, Gukesh is probably sitting at the board. He's like, what do I do? I'm down 41 minutes on the clock. And honestly, there's not much. There's not much you can do. Rook to c3 is played. And after queen to d2, king to c4, an amazing mate can unfold. It is mate in 8. Rook to e4 is played, and that's the end of the game. What a bummer. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Please hit that subscribe button. It would have been wonderful for the following mate to occur. Queen to d1, rook to c2, queen takes c2, king to a3, rook to c4. And after move like queen to d7, it is simply mate. Rook c3 takes, and queen to a2 checkmate. So you guys, that's it for this video. For more World Championship related content, please do comment down below. Also, please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers, and also after that 300 subscribers or 500 subscribers. It's probably the best round number. So yeah, guys, please subscribe. And thank you for watching today's video. And bye. See you guys later. Get out of here.